Hello dear students, welcome back to Chinmoy's YouTube channel. So hope you have gone through the first part of transport of food and minerals and plants. So today we are going to discuss about the second part and what yet is remaining. So let us start without delay today's episode of transport and plants. Now, what are the learning objectives of today's lesson? So at the end of this lesson, we are going to learn about what is transpiration, what is absorption, what is transpirational pull. We are going to discuss about one experiment to prove that transpiration is happening in plants. We are already discussing about the factors affecting the rate of transpiration, importance of transpiration in plants, what is translocation, and what are the different types of minerals which are being absorbed or required by the plants for their sustenance of a healthy life, and the importance of minerals in plants. So this is all we are going to learn today in today's topic. So please do subscribe to my channel if you want to get the updates what I am posting regularly as per your curriculum, as per your ICSE curriculum 8th standard biology. So don't forget to like and share my videos so that your friends can also get to know what I am teaching. So if you are subscribing to my channel, you will get to know as per your curriculum twice or thrice a week what I am updating your lessons and how I am updating. If you are liking, write in my comment box, and what are the doubts and queries, please do write there so that I can clear it in the next topic as well. So let us start with transpiration. So all the water we have seen in the previous episode, that all the water what is absorbed by the roots with the help of ascent of sap, that is it is against the gravitational force, it is moving to the aerial parts of the plant, and all the water is not been absorbed by the is not been consumed by the plant, right? So the extra water has to go off somewhere. So where is that extra water going? The extra water is being given off in the air as water vapor through the stomata which is present on the lower epidermis of the leaf. So this is a leaf. On the lower epidermis of the leaf there are stomata. So in higher classes you will read the structure of the stomata in details with diagram, with label diagram, but in 8th standard it's not there. You just remember that in the lower epidermis, there are stomata or the pores through which the water is lost or evaporated. So the loss of water in the form of water vapor through the stomata of the leaves or other aerial parts of the plant is called transpiration. So besides stomata, the transpiration also occurs through where lenticels, that is which are tiny pores on the surface of the stem, cuticle, that is which are waxy layer found on the leaves. So these are the routes of transpiration, through lenticels, through cuticle, and through stomata. From the aerial parts of the plant, the water is lost. So this is called transpiration. Now we should know that what is the relation between transpiration and transpirational pull. So let us move on to that. So now here, absorption and transpirational pull. Now what is absorption now? Now there is a direct relationship between absorption and transpiration. How? As the water lost through transpiration, what is happening? More water is continuously being absorbed as the water is required constantly in the plant body. Now this requires a suction pressure which pulls up the water from the xylem of the roots to the stem and then to the leaves again. Now this constant pulling of suction through the suction pressure is called the transpirational pull. So more the transpiration, more the absorption, and more the transpirational pull is happening. So the amount of water in the roots gets reduced and water from the surrounding soil passes on to the root hair cells by the process of osmosis, and thus the cycle continues and continues. So thus this process of formation of the transpirational pull or this absorption of water, it continues. So if the water is lost through transpiration is more quickly than absorbed by the root hair cells, then the plants will tend to lose water. So there is a deficiency of water in the plant cells, and as a result the leaves, the stems, and the flowers, they droop. And this drooping of the leaves, flowers, and stems is called wilting. So this is a new term you have learned, transpirational pull. So many other new terms also in the previous video where I have taught you the previous part, I have taught you there. Just try to learn them, remember them, because again in 10th standard going forward you will be having these lessons in with details. So if you learn this properly, it will be easier for you to learn there in 10th standard. So this is called wilting, when the water is lost through the transpiration is more quickly than the water absorbed by the root hairs, and the plants, they tend to lose water. So this is called wilting. Now we will see that through an experiment how we can prove that transpiration happens in all plants from the aerial parts of the plant. So we need to prove that with the help of an experiment. Now here we have taken an experimental setup, and what is the aim of the experiment? To study the process of transpiration. So what we have done, we have taken a small potted plant here, and we have covered it with a big bell jar, and also we have covered the pot to prevent the evaporation from the soil. So keeping this setup under the sun for a few hours, what we will see that droplets of water have come on the bell jar, though no evaporation occurred from this pot or this soil, as this was covered very much with a rubber sheet, and from the outside also this bell jar was covered with Vaseline. So no evaporation from any surface from outside. The water also couldn't enter the bell jar. So it is concluded that the droplets, after keeping this bell jar or this setup for 2 or 3 hours under sunlight, so 2 to 3 hours if you keep this under sunlight, what is happening? We can see the droplets are here. So the droplets are formed due to transpiration. So we come to a conclusion that droplets are here due to transpiration. Okay, so transpiration is happening from the aerial parts of the plant, and it is hence proved through this experiment. Now let us move on to the next one. Now, what are the major factors which are affecting the transpiration? Now, first we should concentrate on sunlight. So how the rate of transpiration is most on a sunny day. So the stomatas are open and the stomata remain closed at night, and so no transpiration takes place at night. So it will always be in the sunlight, or the more the sunlight, the transpiration rate will be more. At night the stomata is always closed. Now temperature, it depends directly on the temperature, because it is happening more on a hot day than on a cold day. Now wind, the transpiration rate is more if the wind is blowing, and this is because the water vapor is removed faster from the leaves in a windy day than in a normal day when the wind is less. And if the next comes the humidity or the humid weather. Now if the air is humid, the rate of transpiration will always be low, whereas when the humidity is less, the rate of transpiration will be high. So it is inversely proportional. More the humidity, less the transpiration. So all three factors are directly proportional. Okay, these are all directly proportional to transpiration, whereas this humidity is inversely proportional. More the humidity, less will be the rate of transpiration, and lesser the humidity, more will be the rate of transpiration. Now we will move on and see that what is the importance of transpiration in a plant. So the first and foremost importance of transpiration is the cooling effect. So this cooling effect, we can see that when there is a rapid loss of water vapor from a plant's body, from the aerial parts of the plants, it brings down the temperature immediately from the plant body. And next comes the ascent of sap and the distribution of minerals. Okay, so transpiration results in the development of low water potential in the leaf tissues. Now thus we can say that water is moving from the xylem tissue to the leaf and helps in the ascent of sap. So what is ascent of sap? It is the movement of water against the gravitational pull to the aerial parts of the plant. So transpiration is helping them to cause the ascent of sap more, and mineral ions, they are moving up along with the water due to the transpirational pull. So this is happening, and more the transpiration, more is the ascent of sap. Now removal of excess water, it's also what the plants are absorbing more than it is requiring. So transpiration is helping to remove the excess water from the plant body. So these are the three main importance of transpiration. Okay, so now we are moving to the next. Now after transpiration only, we come to a new topic, that is translocation. What is translocation? Now translocation of food from leaves, that is sugar molecules, they are manufactured in the green leaves of a plant during photosynthesis, and they are transported throughout the phloem. The transport of soluble products of photosynthesis, that is the sugar molecules, is called translocation. So the transport of the sugar soluble products of photosynthesis, that is the sugar molecules, is called the translocation. So they are transported throughout the phloem, and the transport of the soluble products of photosynthesis, that is sugar, is being translocated to different parts. Okay, so these are called translocation. So we have already studied in the previous part that phloem cells and the sieve tubes are placed one of the another to form a long tube. So who are causing this translocation? We have seen that the phloem cells And we have seen the sieve tubes, they are helping in the they are being placed one above the another and they are forming long tubes. And what these long tubes are doing, these are helping the foods to get transported. So they are helping in the transportation of food. So by this, like this only, the transportation or translocation is happening. So this is how the food is transported from one part of the plant to other part, that is from the leaves to different parts of the body. Now, what are the important minerals in plants? So, plants require actually about 17 minerals for their proper growth and development. These minerals are required not only in sufficient quantities but also in appropriate ratios. So, there is a certain quantity or certain amount on which these minerals are required in a plant body. So, the minerals that are required in large quantities, actually 0.2% to 0.4% of their dry weight in plant, are called macronutrients. The minerals that are required in large quantities, that is 0.2% to 0.4%, that is macronutrients. So they are like nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, sulfur, calcium and magnesium. These are required in large quantities, that is 0.0 to 0.4% of their dry weight of the plant. And the minerals which are required in very minute quantities, that is 0.1% to 0.02% of the dry weight of the plant, are called the micronutrients, that is boron, manganese, chlorine, iron, zinc, copper, nickel and molybdenum. They are used in very trace amount or very minute amount, so they are called micronutrients. So micronutrients are also called trace elements, as they are present or they are required in very smaller amount, that is they are called trace element. Tracer amounts, lesser quantities, they are called trace elements. So what is the importance of minerals in plants? So they are very much important because the minerals are, there are 17 essential minerals for the growth and development of the plants. Formation of the plant body, several minerals are the constituent of the protoplasm and the cell wall of the plant. So they are helping in the formation of cell, giving the plant minerals. They are giving the cells shape also. They are helping in the absorption of water and the maintenance of turgidity to maintain the shape of the cell. They are helping like boron and potassium. These are two elements which are minerals which are helping the translocation of food through phloem. So boron and potassium, we can say these are two minerals. These are actually two minerals which are helping in the translocation of food through the phloem. So there are several diseases which are caused in the deficiency of this particular mineral. So let us see what are the diseases. So here see, we have taken a few leaf samples and few diseases. Now different deficiency diseases in plants are first in absence of or in less amount of nitrogen is present in plants. So what will happen? The red leaf of cotton. So what is happening here? You see the plant shows poor growth and wilting, and the leaves they have become yellow due to lack of respiration. The leaf margins, you can see, they have become yellow, and there are certain reddening process also. So this is a disease of the plant, and shedding of the leaves also happens in this red leaf disease of cotton. Now next comes the phosphorus. In absence of phosphorus, dwarf cotton. So this is the dwarf cotton disease, when the leaves turn purplish or bluish green in color, and the plants, they show the poor growth and stunted growth. Now when there is absence or less amount of zinc present, what is happening? Chlorosis. So what is that? Now in these leaves, you can see that photosynthesis is affected as the leaves have turned yellow. So absence or less presence of chlorophyll has affected the photosynthesis process, and leaves have also become dwarf. Okay, now next comes the absence or the presence of less potassium. So what is happening there? Curling of the leaves. Here you see. So leaf tips they are curling, and the leaves, they are turning brown or yellow spots between the leaf veins. So this is absence or due to the lack of potassium, the curling of the leaf tips occur. Now next, after that, in deficiency of iron, Lyme induced chlorosis is happening. So absence of iron, the leaves are turning yellow or brown in the margins. Young leaves, they are showing the signs of bleaching. So bleaching is meaning the color of the leaf is gradually glowing. We can say that the chlorophyll is absent, or the chlorophyll is being bleached out, and the young leaves they are showing yellow or brown in color generally in the marginal regions, and the plants, they are producing poor quality of fruits. So this is all about the deficiency diseases in plants. So this is all about the transport of water and minerals in the plant lesson. So today I have completed the lesson in full. So if you want to know more about the upcoming lessons, please you need to subscribe to my channel, and the next lesson which I'll be posting is reproduction in plants and then reproduction in animals. So please stay tuned, stay updated, and don't forget to like and share my videos, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.